So I'm on my way to Harlem right now to shoot for one of my retainer clients. Alim is assisting me, helping me out. If you guys don't know, Alim has been in some of my videos. We went to high school together, also a shooter. It's an ad for like a new service that my client is rolling out or has rolled out. So this is like the hero ad, and then we're gonna have like smaller reels that you know, drive traction towards the new service. But this is going to be the hero ad that if you were to just show up on the page, you'd know for sure, like, oh yeah, they definitely do that, you know what I mean? So it's a little bit more fleshed out, not super crazy production, very run and gun. Not gonna be able to show you all of the production because the camera that I'm recording on now is my main camera, but that's another reason why I need to get a second camera, not just for the upgrade, but for the ability to show you guys actually more shoots, because you guys have never really seen me do a shoot. So for all you know, I could be faking this. I could be LARPing being a full-time videographer, photographer. Could be a whole LARP. In this video, I'm gonna be talking about retainer clients. I'm actually about to go do the shoot now, so you're not gonna be seeing from me again in this capacity, because once I start shooting for the client, I don't wanna interrupt it with vlog footage, if you know what I mean.
JP.
That's a wrap on the gym. I wanna share a bit about my fitness goals, or like my fitness journey. Let me know if you're interested in that. The gym is very important to me, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's not something that I necessarily talk about a lot, but if you know me, you know I'm going to the gym. I think I found the gym like probably 3 years ago, 4 years ago, maybe. My brother got me in there. I was clinically underweight, fresh off the boat. I've been skinny my whole life. I'm still relatively skinny, but now it's muscle on that bone, you know? So I feel way more confident. I feel stronger, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like, bro, you look in the mirror, you see your physique looking good, bro. Like, nothing can't buy that, bro. A watch can't buy that. Designer can't buy that feeling. You feel me? Your car can't buy that. Like a car is a good example. Is a close, because a car is like performance and stuff like that. But imagine, let's say you got, like, I got a BMW, right? Ultimate driving machine. I'm a BMW fanboy, right? Let's say you have like an M car, like an M5, right? V8 power, 4.4 liter twin turbo V8. You know what I'm saying? Like, pushing 500 horsepower, right? Engineered to the teeth. Imagine your body was that as well. Okay, so I went home after the shoot, after the gym, took a shower, got pretty. Now I'm heading to Manhattan to get to get a bulk order printed, get some clothes printed for the clothing brand. So I'm gonna take this time to chat with y'all for a little bit. Retainer clients, right? If you are young, you have a 9 to 5, you're older, if you're full-time already and you feel like you have a good month, or you know, you do events, or you know, you do maybe lifestyle stuff, shoots, or just music videos, and you feel like you have like a sporadic nature to your income and you don't know if it's going to be a good month or a bad month, all of the above of that solved by retainer clientele. I don't think I'm the first one to say it, but I feel like I'm probably going to be one of the most transparent ones to say it in this video. So what I'm gonna go over is how to get a retainer client. No, wait, first I'm gonna go over what is a retainer client / why someone would want to retain you, and how to get one, and then how much I charge and how much is a good amount to charge for retainer services, right? Hopefully I remember everything I just listed. So obviously a retainer client is a client that has an agreement to work with you monthly over a certain period of time. Because you know, you could do a monthly package, and then you do it 1 month and then they don't hit you up the next month. Like, so it's basically you're gonna agree to work with me for the next 3 months, 6 months. There's 1-year contracts as well, and you're gonna get my services consistently and at a discounted price. They save some money and some logistics because they don't have to worry about booking you all the time. They know that, like, okay, yeah, it's sorted, it's paid for, and you get a certain level of security and consistency in your income. Fair trade. This works, well, this should be strictly for a business, honestly. There are other situations where someone would be interested in this. For example, I've heard of music video artists who do like, I guess like a retainer package deal where over the next few months they're gonna, they're gonna work with you to make content. Me personally, I am not very interested in working with an entity that is also waiting on a paycheck. I want to work with an entity that generates revenue and that my work could furthermore help them generate more revenue or sustain the revenue that they generate. So I don't want to be waiting on somebody else's paycheck to get my paycheck, is basically what I'm saying. And when I say entity, each person is an entity. You feel me? Once you have a social, or even if you have like, you're an entity just by existing. So when I say entity, I mean business or sole proprietor or LLC, whatever it may be. I want to work with the entity, i.e. a business that's making money. And I actually have a target, like, I guess, demographic that I'm looking for. I want my clientele to be making $1 to $5 million per year. Well, $1 to $10 million, right? But $1 million a year. You need to be making $100,000 a month for it to make sense if you don't want to work with me, honestly, right? Simply said. So yeah, that's what a retainer client is. A client that is retaining you monthly over a certain period of time. How to get your first retainer client. So the shoot that I did today was for my first retainer client. I've been working with them for over a year now, so I'm not saying I'm the best at this, but I do know what I'm talking about. But they're not the first business I approached to be a retainer client, right? There was this restaurant that I knew made good money, and I knew they were close by, and I was like, hey man, I was working at Nike at the time, and I was like, hey man, I'm gonna go cold approach something. I'm gonna go cold approach a business, and this looks like a good one to do it. So I went in, I was like, hey, I see you guys have this Instagram. I know you guys care about like, your business because you guys reinvest into the space and all that stuff. It's a Jamaican restaurant / lounge club thing. And they're like, yo, and I was like, $1,000 a month. I'll take over your Instagram and I'll make content for you. I think I was saying like 30 videos for $1,000 a month. I was like, yeah, you got to post every day. I think I was, because I'm big on posting every day. Well, I was big on posting every day, but yeah, man, it was like, all right, let's do it. I think that lasted a month because I did not understand the magnitude of what it took to really deliver on that. And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't have a lot of confidence in myself. I almost felt like I didn't deserve to have a retainer client. I felt like, well, one day they're gonna wake up and realize that this $1,000 a month bill isn't worth it for them. Well, now they have somebody else doing it, and last I heard, they pay that person $4,000 a month to do it. That person specializes in restaurant, like food content. So you can specialize, you can niche down. And yeah, so that could have been one of my clients, but it is what it is. However, I had another client where I had an event and I recorded an event for them. And while at the event, I was like, yo, this is a nice place. This is a nice establishment. It's well decorated, well branded, like clean, hot, premium looking, like brick and mortar store. I look in their Instagram, did not correlate to the Instagram, did not compute to the Instagram. I was like, wait a minute, there's an opportunity here. So I pitched exactly that. And the store aligned with their beliefs. It wasn't an accident that the store looked nice. They're like, yeah, no, we are a premium brand. We do want to be perceived as a premium brand. And I was like, well, your Instagram doesn't say that. You're kind of just posting whatever. The quality of the footage isn't good, and it has no direction, no aim, no structure to it. And they was like, all right, let's test it out. And they mind you, they had already booked me for an event, so they've paid me before for something. So now they've paid me before for something. I'm like, well, you know how much my time is worth. I'm gonna give you more of that time for less money. Like more money in total, but less money, like a lesser rate. You feel me? So more value for them. The business is making money anyways to cover my fee, and I'm trying to help you make more money, right? Obviously, you want to make that pitch a lot more professional. I'm just saying it to you guys, straight up. But that's the gist of it. And then since then, I've taken on 2 more retainer clients, and yeah, it's been pretty good. So how much do I charge per retainer client, or how much is a good amount to charge, or what's like a good offer to have? Honestly, that does come down to your niche, your expertise, and your offer in general. Like basically, I'm offering management, social media management. Some companies, they're saying like, we're gonna get you this much views, this much followers by this time. I don't necessarily say that. That is my goal, but that's like me that's like me under promising and over delivering. Like I definitely want to do that, but I'm not gonna necessarily pitch with the fact that I know exactly how to do that for this specific brand, because I'm not in a niche. I'm working with different types of brands. So don't get me wrong, like I don't know if that makes sense. So I am doing all the research, strategizing to help grow, but I don't have enough of a track record with companies in this niche, or any niche, to say, yo, I did this for my last client, and if you want me to do this for you, it's gonna be this much. If I did have that experience, I would charge $10,000 per client, and they'd pay it. Sounds crazy, bro, I promise you. I've pitched myself to a client and they declined me because they're paying a guy $10,000 a month, and they're like, well, if we're paying this guy $10,000 a month and this guy's offering us this price, there's no way he's as good as that guy. So I just wasn't in there. I just wasn't in their ocean, brother. Like it was like, yeah, nah. This sounds too good to be true. Like you must be a novice if you're not charging me $10,000. So basically, if I charge that company $12,000, they'd probably believe, this guy is better. Mind you, I wouldn't have outshot the guy that they had working for him. He had that it was a restaurant as well in Manhattan, and this guy is shooting with the FX6 for the video. Like the content is immaculate, looks amazing. Looks like a Netflix series, but then it gets like 10 likes. And this is a nice luxury steakhouse type of restaurant in the city, right? Damn near Michelin star. And the social media is garbanzo beans. Like the beautiful images are getting 10 likes because beautiful images isn't enough anymore to translate on social media. And I was aware of that. That's what I was trying to pitch them, and why I was trying to, I guess, get their business instead of them paying this guy. But yeah, that didn't work out. But there you go. So that's my angle, really, is the fact that I consider myself creative, and that I have creative direction and an intent to understand the business and build the specific brand. That's what I sell. Because honestly, anybody can sell high quality videos, and I do photos too, and I got the drone. But there's a lot of guys, like a guy can outshoot me. I don't claim to be the best, sharpest shooter in the city, but I want to help your business make more money. You feel me? I understand marketing. I understand ads. I don't offer ad services. I do have an ads manager, and I'm thinking about scaling into stuff like that. But I understand what an ad creative is and what is needed for a good ad, i.e. marketing. So that's my angle. And I understand sales and business and growth and like the need for that. I'm not just gonna try to come up, deliver some videos, and be like, all right, here's the videos, good luck. I'm embedded in the business. That's my angle. Alright, so while I'm waiting on those samples, I'll go over how much I charge a month for retainer services. So I have 2 packages. I'd call one the full package, which is $3,000 a month, and then I have like a half package, which is $1,500 a month. $1,500 a month will get you 15 reels. I don't really care about photos. Like if someone wants a dedicated photo shoot, I'll charge for that, but me grabbing my camera and getting some quick photos while I'm there honestly isn't a big deal to me. I'm gonna shoot them JPEG, honestly. Curated editorial shoot, then yeah, I'll charge for that, because then I have to mood board that, actually like plan for that, get the right props. I just see photography as like a second gun, or like that smaller sword in a dual katana setup. And one of the reasons why my clients are happy is like, yo, my guy has everything. I'm not a photographer or a videographer. I am a complete production agency or creative agency, really. Not just production too, because yeah, I have the production, but I know a lot of people who have the production but don't have the creativity. So creative agency. And then the full package is $3,000, 30 reels, same thing, integrated, right? Monthly support. I'm be honest with you, you can write those things down, but at least maybe it's just New York, maybe it's also maybe it's black businesses, it won't go as planned. And sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing. My top client, I rarely get the full amount of reels that they're supposed to get in terms of like, the package, the full package, but they get I get what they want me to get. You know what I mean? And the relationship has been very malleable, the type of culture that I rock with, honestly. I kind of want to just focus on strictly Harlem businesses. Like, I don't want to, like, there's businesses in Manhattan that I could get way more money from, but then I'd get really corporate or really, I'd have to code switch too much. So I kind of like being able to be around my people, and helping black businesses, get their money up. And I'm comfortable. I got 3 clients. I'm not gonna tell you if it's full clients or half clients or a mixture of both. I'm not gonna give you all the, y'all can pocket watch, but yeah. And 3 clients, I'm honestly at my bandwidth of what I can handle. And that's something else I'm gonna talk about is like potentially getting staff and scaling the business because, what I mean, I got really all I can handle like on my plate right now. Plans for the future. When I started out, my prices for my retainer packages were 800, 1600, and I think and then I had the $3,000 package. And that's because the $3,000 package was honestly something that I did not think anybody was gonna book me for. I was like, yo, how much money would I want to be able to get? Like, how much money was I getting when I was working my 9 to 5 job a month, right? And I was like, probably like $2,000 a month. I was like, all right, I'm gonna put $3,000. And surprisingly, now like that package is easily the package that clients would want. Because again, they, like a client doesn't want to necessarily feel like they're getting something cheap, but they want to, they want to feel like they're getting something premium. It's hard to explain. And you have to really look at your demographic and your area. Now I only have 2 packages and I need to think of the next number that I don't really expect to book that's higher. And I'm thinking maybe a $6,000 package, but I have to also think what that entails because it's either I lower some of the work that I offer in my current 2 packages, but I think with the $6,000 package, that would be the type of support that like 2 people would show up in and like just faster support. Those are kind of the thoughts that I'm having, and I've been having conversations with a lot of people, my friends who have bigger businesses and, even strangers that I see about like the thoughts that I'm having in terms of how to scale the business. Honestly, I did not plan to scale. I never had a plan to scale this business. So yeah, that's the one thing I'm thinking about now, the Hail Mary package. But I said this before, and I'll say it again. If you have a business right now and you don't offer retainer services, you absolutely need to ASAP, as soon as possible. What you need to do is think of how you could basically be an employee for this business and how it would benefit them. And then there's businesses that they do the content themselves, and sometimes I'm thinking, well, I could do it for you. But I prefer the business that kind of knows the value and the importance of content and knows that they need to get content done, but they're failing to do so. The clients I want is somebody who's like, damn, this is exactly what I've been looking for. This is what I've been wanting. I'm at the stage where I personally don't want to convince anyone that they need this. Not a bad thing though. If you're a salesman and you can convince someone that that, for example, if you really see the opportunity, like, yo, why isn't this business making this content? Like you can think of the ideas already, and you're like, yo, they really just need to book me, and I really would like take their social media to the next level. That you should chase that client. Like even if they don't see the value in social media yet, you should show them. If you have the confidence you can show them the value, you should go and show them. But for me, I'm looking for the business that is doing well and just hasn't found the right fit for them yet, and want someone who is not only proficient in their craft, but a nice person to be around. You know what I mean? Pretty funny, pretty fun, but serious about the work as well. That's what I want somebody who values that. If I'm being honest, I like my business to be able to pay my bills and, stack some bread, but it's not like I don't have a goal to scale this business to $100,000 a month. That's what I have a goal to scale my clothing brand to, a goods-based business. Because I just know that $100,000 a month, it's gonna affect the quality in some way, shape, or form, and I don't want to. I'm not motivated to do that. But with the clothing brand, I am motivated to take on that challenge from 10,000 to 100,000 a month, from 100,000 a month to $1 million a month, right? This business, I'm okay with having at 10,000 a month, maybe 15,000 a month, and then making another opportunity for like another 2 people, to get to their 5,000 a month, 10,000 a month, like I'm okay with that. And if I were to hire someone that was interested in scaling it further, I probably would let them take it and do that. If you have any questions about retainer clients or anything else you'd like me to touch on, let me know. Or any other like questions you have, any other videos you want to see, let me know in the comments below. And if you are interested in taking control of your own story and watching me take control of mine and write my own story, please subscribe. That's what we do over here every week. All right, see y'all later.